One Piece manga chapter 897. This was a good chapter. We got some progression and it was a really quick chapter. Finally, the Germa are back and the Big Mom Pirates are actually doing what they're supposed to do. But before we get into this chapter, first things first, the cover page. Now we finally get to see one of the other 5 giant members that was working for Buggy, and this guy is supposedly the shipwright of the giant pirates. Now his name is Stanson, and yes, this is the same guy we saw back at Subodi when Rayleigh used King's Haki to knock out Disco from hurting Kami. We also saw him during the Big Mom flashback in Elbaf. Now given that he is a part of the giant pirates, it makes sense as to why he would want to join the Grand Fleet, as he did say that if he ever meets the Straw Hats one day, that he would help them in return for getting them out of the slave auction. Again, these type of cover stories really help as far as connecting subtle key points in the One Piece world. Now moving on to the chapter. Now we start off the chapter with all the Big Mom Pirates waiting on Luffy to come out of the mirror world, as there's only 4 minutes left. But we also have everyone on the Sunny showing up, as well as Smoothie's fleet behind them, so we know we're gonna get a bunch of clashes at this point given how many people are showing up, but with the Straw Hats outnumbered to a massive extent. Now we go back to what's happening in the mirror world, and basically Peckham's is telling Luffy that he would use his Sulong form as a distraction for Luffy to escape. Now he does mention that he has no control over his Sulong form, and the only person that could stop him was Pedro. Now this was hinted way back during Zou when Cat Viper was telling Pedro to go with the Straw Hats in case something happens with Peckham. Now they jump out of the mirror. Now for some reason Peckham still thinks that his disguise is still working, even though it's obvious that everyone knew it was him. He takes off his glasses and starts transforming, but was interrupted halfway by Oven. Now I'm not sure if Peckham's fully transformed or he was interrupted halfway, but he was supposed to be like this rampaging beast, that no one could stop, but he got taken out like really quickly. But yeah, I was expecting Peckham to accomplish much more given what we know about the Sulong form, but more than likely this was because they were outnumbered, and all it really takes to stop the Sulong form is to block their eyes from the rays of the moon. But I do think Peckham's will bounce back in the next chapter. Now Luffy gets exposed and they think that Luffy somehow ran away from Katakuri or tricked him somehow, not knowing that the strongest commander had been taken out. It's going to be a big shock when they found out Katakuri is on his back, which is also big news for Morgans. But even after his fight with Katakuri, Luffy is still going at it. Obviously he's exhausted, but this man's endurance and stamina is definitely increasing every arc. Again, he gets stronger, his durability, everything is just crazy with Luffy, especially his endurance, because the Katakuri versus Luffy fight, I did not expect Luffy to take those kind of hits and still stand back up. That's just crazy to me. Now we also get some stuff for Sanji, Sanji putting in the work, and like always, this man loves his sneak attacks. He kicks Raisin in the face, grabs Luffy, skywalks the hell out of there, but the Sanji hype was short-lived and he was knocked down by Ewan. And finally we get Germa making their appearance in who knows how long ago. I think the last time we saw them was when they took down one of Big Mom's ships with like 10,000 soldiers on it. But I think everyone kind of called Germa showing up to save the Straw Hats at some point in this arc. It happened in this chapter, but I think that was predictable as hell. Again, there was nothing really major that happened in this chapter. This was a good chapter. I think this was an 8 out of 10 for me. There wasn't anything major. Again, we just came from the Katakuri versus Luffy, so it's not surprised that people wouldn't care as much for this chapter, but it was very entertaining to read. So like the video if you liked it, comment down below what you guys think, subscribe for more One Piece content on this channel. It is Ferro, guys, and I will see you folks later. Peace.